Good evening, Stevens Point. I'm McKenna Rentmeester.
And I'm Sartell.
This week in SPTV News, we talk about the Notre Dame Cathedral, the new SGA amendments, and we talk about protesters who may be returning to campus.
All this and more when we return.
Cathedrals across France rang their bells in honor of Notre Dame Wednesday, April 17th, marking 2 days since a fire ripped through the 850-year-old Gothic masterpiece. Omar Jimenez in Paris has more on the story and the investigation and the plans to restore the iconic church.
The sun has now set here in Paris, but there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. We're at the beginning of what is set to be a long restoration process for a worldwide icon that took close to 200 years to build, has stood for hundreds more years, and almost burned to the ground in a matter of hours. Rebuilding history after Monday's devastating fire at the Notre Dame Cathedral. French President Emmanuel Macron has set an ambitious 5-year timeline, though experts say full restoration will likely take 10 to 15 years.
There's so much hope about rebuilding it and all the things that it can be. President Macron has said it will be even better than it was before. The French are incredibly resilient, and they are, after all, les batailleurs. So I think it will happen.
New aerial images show how the fire ravaged the cathedral's roof and spire. Crews continued to pick through the charred remains of the ancient wooden beams. Officials say they're still investigating the cause, but believe it was accidental. They've interviewed dozens of employees working at the church before the fire broke out. Meanwhile, money for restorations continues to pour in. Nearly $1 billion have been donated so far, including millions from luxury brand LVMH Group.
You know, the power of the symbol is very important. We thought that whatever we do, we have to donate money, but we also have to donate time.
President Trump on Twitter saying he's spoken with Pope Francis and has, quote, offered the help of our great experts on renovation and construction, as I did in my conversation yesterday with President Emmanuel Macron of France. And moving forward, President Emmanuel Macron is set to have a ceremony for firefighters who helped preserve and keep this cathedral standing over the course of that blaze. Now, as for the cause of that is still under investigation. Prosecutors here in Paris interviewed close to 30 people, or around 30 people, I should say, over the course of yesterday. And then today they've interviewed 10 people more. They say it's part of an ongoing process, but want to stress that it's not a criminal investigation right now, because the theory or the lead they have moving forward is that this was likely accidental. Reporting from Paris, I'm Omar Jimenez.
Many have been moved about the loss of such a timeful masterpiece and are looking for ways to raise money to restore the church.
Over the next few weeks, Schmitt Reserve Visitor Center is holding events for the whole family. The upcoming event is Fire, Friend or Foe. Learn about wildfires that take place all over the country, including Wisconsin. During this program, hosted by Julie Dickinson, you will walk through Zimmerman Prairie, be able to dress like a wildland firefighter, and explore nature's relationship with fire. More events happening through April and May, including Reduce, Reuse, Recycle, and Repurpose, and Foxtails. For more information on each program, you can visit UW Stevens Point website and search Schmitt. All programs are free and to the public and meet at the Schmitt Visitor Center unless otherwise noted. Programs are presented by university students in environmental education and interpretation. Each program features hands-on activities that involve all ages. Snacks are provided and no registration is required.
This week's email update from the Student Government Association was sent out with information regarding the bike services on campus located at the NFAC. The decision was made that the school will no longer be maintaining the bike program due to no one using it since July of 2018. SGA has also amended ethics, saying they do not condone conflict of interest between the different student organizations associated with UW Stevens Point. With this, SGA has supported a permanent space for UWSP Alliance of Non-Traditional Students, otherwise known as ANTS. Lastly, the Student Government Association has also agreed to support refugees and welcome them on all UWS campuses.
The Gay Straight Alliance held with a coffee and culture discussion on gender called Beyond the Binary, including things such as identity and statistic gathering. Austin Lepak has more.
The LGBTQ+ community often faces adversity from multiple aspects of life, but one source of the more often overlooked interactions is with technology. With the rise of information gathering and demographics, a common problem that surfaces is gender identification. Kay Johanning, current executive coordinator of GSA here on campus, held an informational session on Tuesday night to discuss why this can be harmful.
The problem with that is about 20% of the Millennial and Generation Z generations identify as LGBTQ, with approximately 12% of the whole population of the U.S. identifying as non-cisgender. So having that limited option on those form fields really causes you to annihilate your customer base.
And that alienation is something everyone would love to avoid. And Cade provides a couple of possible solutions to help combat that unintentional discrimination, which he expanded upon in a Q&A portion of the event.
The biggest thing people can do is listen to the community, listen to their experiences, listen to the issues that they're having and what we can do to help alleviate those issues or solve those issues. Something that a lot of allies, and not everyone, that some allies do is they'll hear but they won't listen, and then they'll steamroll and try to fix it their way rather than listening to the community who knows how to fix the issue. They just need support doing so.
And helping our fellow human is something we can all strive towards. For SPTV, this has been Austin Lepak.
To find out more, visit the Gender and Sexuality Resource Center on the second floor of the DUC.
The Office of Sustainability is hosting several Earth Week events for students, faculty, and staff. Everyone is invited to hear guest speaker Raz Nam, who will be on campus to talk about the exponential energy revolution, how clean energy is disrupting the $6 trillion energy industry in the DUC Laird Room on April 22nd. Other events include spending time improving and cleaning the campus on Friday, April 26th at Schmitt Reserve, and the university while spending time with fellow Pointers. The event is called University Appreciation Day, and the goal is to help the campus and Earth be a better environment for all who live and including the animals. To participate, search for UWSP University Appreciation Day and click on the Facebook event. The deadline to sign up is April 22nd. There will also be a recycled art competition in the NFAC courtyard on the 25th and a walk through Schmitt. For more information or for more ways to spend Earth Day week, all of the events are on Spin.
The SGA Inclusivity Committee held a discussion about communism and capitalism on Wednesday, April 17th. The discussion was an open dialogue between Dr. Clint Jones of the UWSP Department of Philosophy and the students in attendance, allowing them to ask questions about the points Dr. Jones raised about each economic system as he cleared up common misconceptions about them. This event is a part of a series of difficult decisions talks that were created this year to provide an open space for focused discussions on topics such as ethnic heritage, political and religious views, and socioeconomic standing.
Our goal is to get more people to attend the events without forcing them to talk about diversity and inclusion, because it never works that way. Nobody wants to talk about diversity or inclusion. It's not like a fun topic to talk about for certain groups of people.
For more information on future difficult discussion events, contact the SGA Inclusivity Director Chris Benny or visit the SGA Spin page to RSVP for a future event.
Faculty and Staff Gender and Sexuality Alliance, or FSGSA, sponsors the Brown Bag Lunch to have a conversation about LGBTQ identities in the workplace. I took a closer look at the story. The Faculty and Staff Gender Sexuality Alliance and the Human Resources and Center for Inclusive Teaching and Learning are starting a conversation surrounding challenges employees face in the workplace with LGBTQ identities.
This year in particular, I think many of us were inspired to think about the experience of working here, and we're not alone in this. There have been other personnel-focused events this year to help people survive and thrive in the midst of organizational change.
The informal conversation takes place on Wednesday, April 24th, 12 to 1 p.m. in Albertson Library Hall, room 403A.
We spent a lot of time at this university talking about how to create a safe and welcoming environment for students, which is clearly very important, but we can also talk about what the experience is like for employees.
All faculty, staff, and students are welcome to join in on the conversation. The event coordinators ask that everyone provide their own lunch for the event.
We have a mission to help create an inclusive campus for everybody, all the stakeholders, students, personnel, visitors, alumni, that kind of thing.
This has been McKenna Rentmeester, SPTV News.
For more information, contact Kim Buchanan or check out the FSGSA webpage on the UWSP website.
UWSP is organizing its own Amazing Race to promote health and wellness on campus. Based on the reality TV show, students can create teams up to 5 people to complete various tasks based on the 7 dimensions of wellness, gaining points for each task completed. Once a team has visited a station for each dimension and completed their tasks, they finish the race. If there is time left over after finishing, teams can perform additional tasks to earn more points. The team with the most points at the end wins. There will be an after party once the race is complete. If you are interested, the cost is $40 per team, which includes a free meal for the day and a t-shirt. Registration is open on Spin and payment can be made at the Tickets and Information Desk.
The HASAT Cultural Assimilation Workshop is an event that took place this week on Wednesday, April 17th. All were welcome to attend the event to learn more about the culture of Southern Asian countries, as well as make new friends.
HASEAAC will be hosting a workshop about cultural assimilation based on Southeast Asian community in the Western culture. This is event that part of UWSP. Jim Wang is among who work in CAP service. The purpose of this event is to make different country students to get more information about the culture and background of Hmong. Also to remind Hmong students don't forget where they come from. This event is hosting on Wednesday, April 17 at CAC 333. Everyone in the room listened attentively to Jim's speech, and everyone was very positive. This is a successful event to make people learn different culture and community. In addition, this activity has promoted friendly exchange students from all over the world. For SPTV News, this is Wengrzyn.
If you would like to attend events like this in the future, contact CAP Services to get more information.
That's all the news stories we have for you tonight.
Coming up next, we have Michael Wengrzyn with SPTV Sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Serving a campus of 9,600 strong. We are the home of UWSP Television. We are SPTV. You can find us on Charter Channel 983, online, or on any of our social media sites.
Welcome back. The Pointers baseball team split their doubleheader Monday against Finlandia University. In Game 1, the Lions took the early lead with 3 runs in the top of the first inning, but the Pointers quickly erased the deficit in the bottom of the first with 3 runs of their own. The Pointers then scored 13 more runs in the next 3 innings to have a 16-3 lead before the Lions scored again in the top of the 5th inning. The Lions only scored 2 runs in the top of the 5th inning before the Pointers scored 5 more runs in the bottom half of the 5th. The Pointers went on to win Game 1, 22-7. In Game 2, the Lions jumped out to an early 6-0 lead after 2 innings. The Pointers cut the lead down to 4 in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Lions increased their lead to 6 runs after the top of the 8th inning and took that lead into the bottom of the 9th inning. The Pointers generated a rally in the bottom of the 9th, but it came up 2 runs short for the tie, giving the Lions the 9-7 victory. They are now 13-11 on the season, and they will be back in action this weekend at home with 2 doubleheaders against UW Platteville. Moving on now, the Pointers softball team swept their doubleheader Tuesday against St. Norbert College. Game 1 was scoreless until the top of the 4th inning when freshman Maddie Candre got an RBI single to put the Pointers in the lead 1-0. The Pointers then scored 8 more runs to secure the 9-1 victory. In Game 2, the Pointers took the lead in the top of the 3rd inning with 2 runs. They then scored 4 more runs in the top of the 5th inning to secure the 6-0 victory. The Pointers pitching staff only gave up 2 hits in the shutout. They are now 14, 15, and 1 on the season. The Pointers will be back in action this weekend with a doubleheader against UW River Falls. The Green Bay Packers released their 2019 schedule Wednesday night. They will open their season against the Chicago Bears Week 1 in the NFL season opener. They will play at home 5 times in the first 7 weeks of the season. The Packers will finish their season with 3 divisional games. The St. Louis Cardinals defeated the Milwaukee Brewers 6-3 Wednesday afternoon to deny the Brewers a 3-game series sweep. Starting pitcher Corbin Burns once again struggled, giving up 2 home runs in his 3 1/3 innings of work. The Brewers are now 12-7 on the season. They look to rebound this weekend with the 4-game series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Milwaukee Bucks defeated the Detroit Pistons 120-99 in Game 2 Wednesday night to take a 2-0 series lead. The Bucks' big 3 of Giannis, Eric Bledsoe, and Chris Middleton combined to score 77 points in the game. The Bucks will look to take a commanding 3-0 series lead Saturday in Game 3 at Detroit. That's all the sports stories we have for you today. Up next is Ian Welsh with entertainment. I'm Michael Wengrzyn with SPTV Sports.
Do you litter?
Of course not. Why would I?
I don't know. That's a great question. Why would someone litter?
They're lazy and inconsiderate of the environment.
Don't be lazy and inconsiderate of the environment, folks. You heard it here from Wyatt.
Woo!
Yes! What do you think about littering?
Bad.
Bad. It's terrible, right?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah. What would you say to someone who litters?
Please do not litter. Throw it in the trash can.
This is a wise person I am talking to right now. She knows all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And so I believe that we should all do our part and keep our environment clean because we've only got one Earth and we're not gonna do any good to it by repeatedly destroying it. So,
yes. Do you litter?
No.
Why's that?
Because I want to save our planet and because I live here. And who doesn't want to save that? It is the opposite of beautiful. It is an ugly thing to litter.
That's true, it is.
It's true. So if someone was in front of you and they littered, what would you do?
Well, I'd probably pick it up, to be honest. I probably wouldn't confront them. I'm not very confrontational, but I'd definitely pick it up.
But you would do the right thing and you would pick it up.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because the earth is important.
Oh, 100%.
So don't litter, dudes.
Littering is not cool.
Thank you, Curtis.
UW Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
Welcome back, Pointers. 90 FM held their 50th trivia contest, Trivia 5-0, this past weekend. At the end of the contest, the team Festivus for the Rest of Us won with 19,760 points, winning the contest for the 4th year in a row. Behind them by 305 points was Dad's Computers, and in third place was Trivial Pursuit with 18,640 points. Before the final question of the 54th hour, trivia contest organizer Jim Holiva announced over the air that this year's contest would be the last one that he would facilitate. While this year would not be his final one, Holiva said he is looking to turn over his duties in the next 2 to 3 years, stating that he would like the opportunity to see more of the United States and the world. Holiva and his partner John Heckendorf will continue to write the contest until it is taken over by David Colthurst, a communications major at Century and a longtime trivia player. Colthurst will then write the contest with his own partner. Holiva has been working on the contest since 1979. Another day, another milestone for South Korean boy band phenomenon BTS. CNN's Paula Hancox explains.
BTS is arguably the biggest boy band in the world right now. 7 young men from South Korea who just can't stop breaking records. They have just broken the record for YouTube's most viewed video in 24 hours with their latest single, Boy With Love. Featuring American singer Halsey, it has had more than 147 million views so far. It's also, according to their management company, the fastest video to reach 100 million views. They were the first South Korean group to speak at the United Nations, the first to present an award at the Grammy Awards, and last weekend they became the first Korean boy band to perform on Saturday Night Live. With their fans starting to line up from Monday outside 30 Rock to grab those coveted SNL tickets. They held a news conference here in Seoul on Wednesday promoting their new album, Map of the Soul Persona. They had 3 million pre-orders for that album, and it is expected to top the charts. The band's last 2 albums both ranked #1 on the Billboard 200 albums chart.
We made our own path not because we came out of the blue and dropped into where we are today. We're standing here thanks to the road laid by many artists who came before us.
BTS has been producing music since 2013 and has no sights on stopping anytime soon. The DUC Theater is showing the film The Upside on campus. Recently paroled Del Scott accepts a job as a caregiver for a wealthy quadriplegic named Philip Wakasi. The film takes a comedic look at their blossoming friendship and how it affects each of their lives. The film will be shown in the DUC Theater on Wednesday, April 24th at 7 and 9:30 p.m. and again on Friday, April 26th at 7 and 9:30 p.m. The movie is free with a student ID or $5 without. That's all the entertainment stories we have for you this week. Coming up next is Rachael Ellis with Pointer Politics. I'm Ian Welsh with SPTV Entertainment.
The Media Studies is a program for people who love to tell stories, whether that be in written form, visual, or audio.
Media studies is exciting because it's always fresh, it's always new.
Media is at the center of everything we do. More and more people are asked to engage with media and use media. Our program really provides students with skills and techniques to be better prepared for that in the future.
We offer courses in media production, both video and audio, nonfiction and fiction, music production, journalism, film studies.
Media studies is a great way to get hands-on experience in the field that you're looking to do. They teach you the basic concept behind everything, and then they tell you to go do it.
We really pride ourselves on thinking of a wide set of opportunities that we can give our students.
The student organizations are a great asset. We have SPTV, the student television organization, 90 FM, the radio, and The Pointer, our student-run newspaper.
It's a great way for students to get involved, learn skills that they need for class, and meet new people.
Some great facilities where our students can hone their skills.
There's a giant studio in the center of the comm building. I've had quite a few classes in there.
A lot of our classes are very hands-on, they're very interpersonal.
You're getting the skills that will allow you to create your future, and I think that's what makes it a truly amazing experience for students.
There's an incredible range of options for graduates. We've had students go out and become independent contractors, work for radio stations, newspapers, with TV stations.
Everyone is different and they have their own unique style. In all the classes and all the student organizations you get involved in, you have a lot of flexibility to really create your own work and do it in a way that means something to you.
We're excited to see what students are making and what they want to make, and how we can help students get from where they are to where they want to be.
I'm in a video production class that's teaching me how to film documentaries. I'm also in a screenwriting class and I get to learn how to write movies. So I'm doing all these different cool things and I love it every day.
Quiet on set.
We'll be back in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take Ben.
Live at SPTV, mic check, audio check, news directors adjusting the sound, teleprompter running smoothly. Floor director, alert! Cameras are rolling, bring in the talent. Where's the makeup artist? Anchors ready for the news. Are you ready to join SPTV? That's a wrap, lights out.
Welcome back to Pointer Politics. On Tuesday, April 16th, the student body received an email from the Dean of Students, Troy Sartell, about an anti-abortion group. The email says that the group of missionaries of the preborn may be on campus this week, though a date was not specified. The email describes the group's tactics of showing graphic images of aborted fetuses and comparing abortion to slavery and the Holocaust. The email also says that students have reported the group making anti-LGBT statements and calling students sinners for refusing to engage with them. The group is also known to take pictures and videos of conversations, especially if they grow heated. The email stated that the group will be monitored by university police and that they will make sure that the group is following applicable laws and university policies, as well as affirming the First Amendment right that the group and students both have. The email made it clear that the university does not support the actions of the group, stating, quote, affirmation of an individual's or group's First Amendment rights does not equate to the support of the ideas shared. UW-Stevens Point strongly condemns statements of bias or acts of hate directed at students, faculty, staff, or other members of the community. The email informs students of their rights to avoid the conversation and creating counter events if they follow university policy, and reminded students that attempting to disrupt the group could be a violation of university policy. The email also made sure students knew that they could seek support if needed. It is yet to be confirmed whether the group will visit campus. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers is looking to renegotiate the deal with Foxconn, as he believes the deal that was struck under Governor Scott Walker is no longer in play. Evers said on Wednesday that the impact Foxconn would have on the state will now be much smaller than expected, and the original amount of jobs to be created by this deal, around 13,000, will be smaller than initially promised. Evers did not specify what changes would be made to the deal, but said, quote, it's our goal to make sure that the taxpayers are protected and environmental standards are protected. More details about the renegotiation will come in the near future. Alan Garcia, the former president of Peru, died Wednesday after shooting himself. Police were sent to arrest him after he was accused of accepting bribes from a Brazilian company, Odebrecht. Garcia denied all of the allegations. Prosecutors suspected that he took more than $100,000 from Odebrecht to speak at a conference in Brazil. According to the Interior Minister, Carlos Moran, when police arrived, Garcia went to another room claiming to make a phone call and then fired the shot. Garcia was taken to Casimiro Ulloa Hospital in Lima. Garcia was 69 years old and was in surgery for his self-inflicted injury when he passed. Garcia's attorney is blaming authorities for the situation, claiming that a lack of information about his detainment caused Garcia to be stressed and have, quote, this terrible accident. Investigation of the full situation is still ongoing. And that is all we have for you this week in Pointer Politics. I'm Rachael Ellis. Now back over to McKenna and Sarah.
Thanks, Rachel. That's all we have for you this week in SPTV News.
Until next week, Stevens Point, have a great night.